welcome to Vibrational Revelations. I'm Elena.
I am Alejandro.
And we are excited to share with you a brand new episode on Rockstars. Today's episode is a small clip of a much larger episode that we have revealed in our Vibrational Revelations community. So thank you so much to all of you who are joining us through YouTube. We truly appreciate you. Mm-hmm. And make sure that you click subscribe link below. So this way you'll be notified. It is our goal with Alejandro to release brand new episodes every single week on YouTube. So we're truly excited to share this information of exploring the nature of our reality through the lens of trying to navigate and understand of what makes up our reality through different characters that we reveal to you.
Yes, so we have posted a link for you to download the PDF file that explains or describes each level of consciousness in order to understand this concept.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Level.
Yes, and we also did an episode a little while ago going into the breakdown of all the different aspects that we touch upon. So if you have not seen that video, make sure that you absolutely watch it, like it, subscribe. We look forward to your comments, your feedback, and also different recommendations of what interests you. So let's begin. Mm-hmm. The four characters we're revealing today are Freddie Mercury, Sting, Jim Morrison, yeah,
and David Bowie.
Excellent. All right.
Uh-huh.
So let's start with the one and only Freddie Mercury. He incarnated at the frequency of 400. 400 is the frequency of reason. He was born at the frequency of 100, fear, and his overall frequency was 125. In 125, you'll see this is going to be a theme today with a couple of the characters we're revealing to you is a frequency of desire, unfulfilled desire, which also corresponds to a frequency of an addiction. Health, he viewed through the lens of 55, apathy, so disassociated, disconnected there. Finances through the lens of 110, fear. Creativity for Freddie Mercury is 700, and 700 is an enlightened frequency. And one thing I want to mention, there's going to be a theme that is going to unfold for all of you today. And there's very specific aspects that we'll reveal to you that ties all these characters together. That what I mean is some of them might have lower vibrational frequencies, but very high in creativity and some other aspects as well. Relationships. He viewed relationships through the lens of 125. Desire, again, this unfulfilled desire addiction. Personal growth, Freddie Mercury viewed through the lens of courage, 200. Philanthropy, the art of sharing and giving, a frequency of love, 500. Intuition, we often talk about intuition, and intuition is not about how intuitive someone is. This is not what we're measuring. We're looking at the filter through which they process the information that comes through. And for Freddie Mercury, it's a frequency of 500, which is love. Now, we also look at four aspects of intuition. Clairaudience, 700. So he had an enlightened relationship with clairaudience. Clairsentience, 200. Courage. Clairvoyance, 200. Courage, and claircognizance, the inner knowing, love, at 500. Now, we've also introduced the four aspects of intelligence, the IQ, which represents the intellect, 250, neutrality, EQ, the emotional intelligence, or the intelligence itself is 200, courage, SQ, and this is again the very important pattern that is unfolding. And for him, SQ has to do with social quotient, but most importantly, the level of magnetism. And for Freddie Mercury, it's a frequency of 900 out of 1,000. So truly remarkable, right? He had an enlightened relationship with this magnetic energy, magnetism. This is why so many people were moved by his energy in large concerts. AQ has to do with adversity quotient. How did he deal with challenging situations? And the lens that he applied to perceive it. And for him, it was a frequency of 50. 50 is apathy, so disassociation. Now we're going in percentages. Joy, how much he enjoyed playing his role of being Freddie Mercury, 66%. In the ego, how much did he pay attention to thought? 96%. And out of that, 98% is inferior ego. That means he entertained the thoughts that made him feel or think that he's not good enough. In the now, 67%. Integrity, 78%. Integrity to himself, 58%. And integrity to others, 84%. Self-awareness, how aware he was of his inner and outer world, 88%. Clarity, 96%. Alignment with divine purpose, 86%. And alignment with personal purpose, 87%. Compassion, 94%. Empathy, 96%. Now, we didn't reveal his energy purity. We're not revealing energy purity or dimensions because he's no longer with us in this dimension. Next, we're going to...
I would say no longer with us in this reality.
In this reality. That's right. In this reality. Okay. Now, the next on the list is Gordon Matthew Thomas, also known as Sting. He incarnated at the frequency of 250, neutrality, born at the frequency of fear, 100, and his overall frequency is 500. So just by those three numbers, you can actually tell a big story that Sting has been walking and living his own hero's journey. And this also, for those of you that are interested and have been asking us questions, can somebody raise their frequency from lower numbers to high? This is a beautiful example of what is absolutely possible for every human being. Mm-hmm. So going from birth at fear into absolute embodiment of love at 500. He views health, which is body, mind, and soul connection, through the lens of peace, 600. Finances through the lens of love, 500. And remember, we revealed before that the frequency of money is 600, peace. Creativity. So creativity, as I say, always has to do with when you feel inspired, how do you take action? And in the case of Sting, his vibrational frequency for creativity is 900. So he has this enlightened relationship with his own creativity. So beautiful. Relationships he views through the lens of love, 500. Personal growth, 500, love. Philanthropy, 500, love. And intuition is 850. Again, this enlightened relationship with his intuition. Clairaudience, 900, enlightenment. Clairsentience, 850. Clairvoyance, 850. Claircognizance, 950. Remarkable numbers, right? IQ is 310. So that's the intellect at willingness. Emotional intelligence is 500. Love, which is amazing. The SQ, social quotient, again, the level of magnetism, right? Be able to just empower and excite people just with your presence on stage. And for him, it's 800. Again, this enlightened frequency. And AQ, when he's faced with challenging situations, he views it through the lens of 400, reason. He enjoys his role, 92%. He's in his ego, 84%. And out of that, 55% inferior. So when you see those numbers approaching lower 50s or mid 50s range, it means he's pretty balanced between superior and inferior ego. In the now, 93%. Integrity, 98%. Integrity to himself, 100%. Integrity to others, 99%. So these are great numbers, especially with frequency of 500. Self-awareness, 99%. Clarity, 99%. So it also gives you an indication that these numbers are very relevant to someone who is mastering themselves at that particular frequency, which in his case, it's a frequency of 500. Alignment with divine purpose, 100%. So he's walking his divine path. And alignment with his personal purpose, 100%. Compassion, empathy are both at 100%. Energy purity, 100%. So that means he is embodying the 500 frequency at 100%. And we measured the dimensions. So 97% of the time, Sting spends in the 7th dimension. So this is beyond the 5th dimension. And I would say it's related to his creativity, his intuition. So remarkable, right?
Mm-hmm. His SQ.
SQ at 800, the magnetism.
And
Yeah.
he's almost fully aware. Self-awareness at 99%. And
it's rare numbers.
Clarity at 99% and fully aligned with his divine and personal purpose.
And usually when we see these numbers of self-awareness at these higher frequencies, it also shows that this person is absolutely committed, right? And living what they're learning, right? They're embodying everything that they've learned up until this moment. So incredible. What is truly possible. He walks
his talk, as they say, no?
Yes, yes.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Jim Morrison. Actually, his name is James Douglas Morrison. He incarnated at the frequency of 250, the level of neutrality. He was born at the frequency of 50, that is the level of apathy. And his overall frequency is 125, that is the level of desire, unfulfilled desire. Yes? They are exactly the same frequency or level of consciousness that Freddie Mercury was experiencing. When it comes to health, he views health through the lens of guilt at 30. Finances, 200, level of courage. Creativity, 500, level of love. He has a loving relationship with that aspect. Relationships, 125. Personal growth, 50. So emotionally disconnected with that aspect. Philanthropy, 125. Intuition, 125. And this doesn't mean how intuitive one is. It's just about the filter that one activates when the information is coming through, right? And that will also give you a good indications of how, not only how the information is being processed, but how the information could be delivered as well, right? From with what intention, or from exactly the view, how the person views that information. Yes. With an intuition, we have clairaudience at 500, clairsentience at 50, clairvoyance 125, and claircognizance 125. Under the intelligence aspect, we have IQ at 50, EQ 200, SQ 900, and AQ 50. In the joy, as of how much fun he was having playing the role of Jim Morrison, was 42% out of 100%, right? In the ego, 100%, and 100% of that was the inferior version of the ego. In the now, how much time he was in the now, in the present moment, 50% of the time. Integrity, how faithful and loyal he was to his core values and beliefs, to his truth, was 70%. And integrity to self, 50%. Integrity to others, 69%. Self-awareness, 77%. Clarity, 78%. Alignment with divine purpose, we compare this to self-realization, was 75%. Alignment with personal purpose, we compare this to self-actualization, was 62%. Compassion, 85%. And empathy, 88%. Again, the same case as Freddie Mercury, we did not measure, therefore we didn't reveal the energy purity and dimensions, right? Aspect. Next is David Robert Jones, aka David Bowie. He incarnated at the frequency of 400, that is the level of reason, high intellect, was born at the frequency of 100, the level of fear. His overall frequency, 350, that is the level of, when it comes to the level of consciousness, that is the level of acceptance. Health, 350, that's the level of acceptance again. Finances, 350. Creativity, 500. Relationships, 125, the level of desire, unfulfilled desire. Personal growth, 250, level of neutrality. Philanthropy, 350. Intuition, 400. And within intuition, we have clairaudience at 700, had an enlightened relationship with clairaudience. Clairsentience, 125. Clairvoyance, 400. And claircognizance, 250. The intelligence aspect, we have IQ, 250. EQ, 250. SQ, 900. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
AQ.
Again, this pattern, right?
AQ, 50. And again, this is how one feels, right, towards the relationship with all these different aspects that we have revealed when it comes to frequencies. Yes, the better you feel, the higher your level of frequency, the higher the level of consciousness the one experiences, and the higher the frequency the one experiences in relation to each aspect, right? In the joy, 72% for David Bowie. In the ego, 94%, and 92% of that was the inferior version of the ego. In the now, 75%. Integrity, 87%, and 92% was integrity to self, and 70% was integrity to others. Self-awareness, 82%. Clarity, 91%. Alignment with divine purpose, 92%. Alignment with personal purpose, 94%. Compassion, 94%. And empathy, 92%.
And he's no longer with us, so we didn't reveal the energy purity or dimensions.
Exactly.
So we hope you enjoyed it. And next week, we're going to post another episode for you. In the meantime, we invite you to join our weekly discussions and revelations in the Vibrational Revelations membership community. Until next time, thank you.
Yes, thank you.